Slaves with white collars. Advertising has us chasing cars and clothes. Working jobs we hate so we can buy shit we don't need.
I was absolutely terrified of what people thought about me, my friends, my classmates, my parents, and even random people on the street. A wide majority of people go through this problem every single day. They're constantly worried about what the society might think about them. They're not willing to take risks because they don't want to fool themselves in front of people they don't even care about. So, is it possible to completely delete the fear of being judged by people? Yes. Can you do it instantly? Absolutely. I am going to give you an entire guide. I am going to rewire your brain, change the way you think, to tell you exactly what to do. I'm going to give you actionable steps to overcome the fear of judgment and stop living for others. See, this isn't some AI slop or some chat GPT script that I've took out in 5 seconds and I'm making this video for some bullshit views and some basic ass comments. This is the stuff that actually helped me get through my fear of judgment. This is the thing that shaped my life. So let me start with telling you why people judge. People judge you not because of what they see in you, it's because of what they see in themselves. People judge because of their own insecurity. People judge because they don't think they're enough for themselves. They don't have a positive self image. They hate themselves. That's why they project their own self hatred onto you. Is that your fault? Absolutely not. So, why would you care about that? Now you know that you are not responsible for the judgment they give you. It's them, right? So, why would you care about that? This shows that them judging you does not mean that you are in the wrong or you are inferior. It shows that they are inferior. So, for example, if a guy in your neighborhood starts a new business, there are going to be 100 people that judge him. They're going to call him a fool. They'll tell him his business won't work. Or they probably will judge in silence. They won't tell him anything. But they'll judge. They are not doing anything about themselves. They are not doing anything about their lives. They are working a dead end job. They have no ambition. They have no creativity. It's the lack in themselves, not in you, or not in the one who's doing, right? So stop thinking that if someone judges you, they're superior or you're inferior or there is some fault in you. No, it's the fault in them. So when I went out for a walk, just a normal walk, I used to be constantly overthinking, are these people judging my clothes? Are they judging the way I talk, the way I walk, the way my body looks? Am I too skinny? Am I too ugly? I used to constantly think about what people thought of me. But in reality, but the reality is, everyone thinks that way. Everyone thinks about themselves, their flaws, their situation. Heck, the other person on the street might also think that they are skinny, their clothes are not good enough. You may be judging them. This is called the spotlight effect. You think everyone is judging you, everyone is paying attention to your detail, your flaws. But that's not true. That's simply not true. That people don't see you the way you see yourself. Everyone has different perspective and they're too worried about themselves. So now I'll tell you about the 10% rule, which actually changed the way I thought about things. This had the greatest impact of my life. If you see a celebrity who is donating a lot of money, a lot of food, opening NGOs, opening shelters for the unfortunate people, elderly, kids. But you know what I observed? People in the comments are still judging them. They're still taking out faults of them, right? You can see a super rich billionaire, and there's thousands of people judging him, hating on him. What does that show you? It means that no matter what you do in life, no matter what you do, there's going to be 10% of people who are going to judge you regardless of what you do. They're going to judge you either ways because you never can please everyone. So they're going to judge you anyways. So why do you focus on these 10% if they're always going to be present? They're always going to hate on what you do. Instead, focus on the 90%. Okay, so the important part about this is their judgment has absolutely no power. It's you who has been giving their judgment power. It's you who is considering them superior. But in reality, now you're going to realize that their judgment has no power over you. Let me tell you how. A famous YouTuber won't start judging you for trying to create a YouTube video, no matter how embarrassing it is. A billionaire won't judge you for starting a business, no matter how stupid that idea is. A bodybuilder won't judge you for going to the gym when you're fat, right? Who is going to judge you? The person on their couches, the people who hate their life, the person who does not have any creativity, is not doing anything about his life. What does he have? Let me give you an example of these glasses. If I call these glasses really good looking, if another person calls these glasses really ugly, are both of the opinions going to change the glasses? Absolutely not. It's going to stay the way it is, right? So why do you think the people who judge you have any power over you? Yeah, they judge you. So what? You're going to wake up. You have a body. You have your surroundings. You have everything, right? There is no actual power in their judgment. And you know what? In life, they are the most useless ones. The people who are of use to you won't judge you. Your mentor won't judge you. The person who's trying to help you won't judge you. The people you want to connect to won't judge you. Your family won't judge you, right? So now you realize, so now you realize that the only people who judge are the insecure ones. They hold no power, and you are better off without them, without even worrying about what they think. Although you know these things, your brain hasn't been completely rewired yet. This is just like everything else. You're going to hear it and let it pass away. So, to lock this belief in, to change your mind completely, I'm going to give you some actionable steps that if you do daily, yes, not weekly, not monthly, daily, if you do this consistently, I can guarantee you that you won't care anymore about what people think of you. You can truly start living for yourself. So, habit number one is micro embarrassing yourself. So, you know that if you go to the gym, if you perform some reps, you grow stronger, right? If you run some laps, you get faster. So, this is how you get adjusted to being a little embarrassed, to be a little judged. You just do things that trigger a little bit of judgment. So, you just drop a pen in the hallway, nothing happens. But it rewires your brain to think, yeah, I got judged, nothing happened. Or you might think that this is stupid, I'm crazy, what am I telling you to do? But just doing this over time conditions your brain to think that your losses, your failures, your embarrassments don't stop you. You continue existing and they're no big deal. Second is going out of your comfort zone socially. What I mean to do is, even if you're an introvert, go out, ask someone for directions. Even if you know where you want to go, just ask them for directions. This will condition your brain to be more open to ideas. And I can tell you, once you overcome that fear of judgment, the most important step towards this journey is changing your identity. What does that mean? I'm going to make a complete video on that. Changing your identity is the shortcut to success. You can change yourself overnight. That's right, overnight. I will be dropping a complete guide upon that soon. But for now, just stop these false narrations to yourself that I'm embarrassed, I'm scared, they'll judge me. Instead, change what you say to yourself, change your identity. Just keep repeating it to yourself whenever you get embarrassed. That I don't care. This is not embarrassing. They are not judging me, they're insecure themselves. More you keep repeating this to yourself, the more your brain gets conditioned to that. If your identity is of someone who does not fear social judgment, and you keep repeating that to yourself, slowly your body and your mind will follow through and it will become natural. The last step is micro rejections. You might find this crazy, but this is the most effective one to overcome this fear. And I know that your brain will start making excuses now that I don't want to do it, it's too uncomfortable. I didn't say it was easy, but it is quick and effective. So, daily, just go out of your comfort zone. and get micro rejected. Ask for a pen, maybe. Yeah, just create small talks, get micro rejected daily. That will really, really build up your social strength and to stand up for yourself and keep going regardless of how many failures you face. So, I can guarantee you that your fear of judgment and overthinking about what people think of you will go away completely forever if you keep this in mind and follow through everything I've said. This life is too short to be a slave of what people think. Open your eyes and start living for yourself. Thank you for watching.